right now. Yes, we are live. Um, okay, looks like we're live, and unlike last time, it looks like it's a full stream. I mean, it's a full screen, 1080p. Okay, so you're free to join. Again, to join, you go to simplyojumbo.com, and you can click the latest post, which is this one here for Jumbo Shop. Jumbo.com show. You just click on that one, and then you can click this to go to take you to YouTube to sign in, or if you don't want, you can simply click down here, click the play button, and you can simply watch live. Okay, so just a quick overview is the first stream 3 weeks ago. I showed you how to install WordPress using the command line and also using a GUI. So we downloaded WordPress, we set up a database. Obviously, you do need to have Apache or some type of HTTP server, and PHP as well, and the database. So that was working. So we just had to create a database user and a database. And then we entered that information and we're able to install WordPress both ways, from the command line and also from using a GUI. Just click and paste. Yes. So last week we went through an overview of the settings, how to set up, like for example, the site title, tagline, email address, time zone, all those type of things. So for today's tutorial, we're going to continue on plugins. And the plugins, basically, last week we were able to install a plugin simply by downloading and putting it into a special folder, then activating and so forth. So we're going to do something different this time, in that we fixed the permissions. So we're going to be able to get plugins straight from the WordPress repository. This is what we're going to do. So we don't need to manually download it and extract it and put it in a folder. We can do this automatically. So in order to do this, I have the blog one, which we created. That you can see here some of the things we did last time. We created, I believe, the privacy policy as well. That's a page we created. We also created some pages here. 2 posts. We created 2 posts, and we added some of these things just so that it's just to make it a little bit better than the way it was before. So we're going to continue with that. We're still using the 2025 WordPress theme. We'll probably do themes in coming weeks. So as you can see here, this is the home page which we created. So the WordPress install is in a subfolder. So that's why it says /blog1. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to log into the backend. So in order to do that, I'll just open up a new tab, WP admin, because it's local. So type in my admin and the super secure password. So this is the install of WordPress. The first thing, every time you log into WordPress, it goes to the dashboard, and as you can see here, you see it says my site health status is good. So if we go there to the site health house, you can also do it under tools. You see the site health. So it goes, click here from the dashboard, and you see here it says two recommended improvements. One is to remove inactive plugins. The other one is to install a page cache. These are just recommendations; they're not necessary, but I would definitely recommend removing inactive plugins. I'm not going to do this today. I'll probably do it in the future when we have when we have more plugins. The reason I want to keep some plugins so that you'll be able to see something. So one important thing is if you see here under plugins, you see there's like a notification one. That most likely means that one of the plugins has an update. So if we go here and you see it says Akismet anti-spam spam protection available version 5.36. You see the current version that's installed is 5.3.1. So because I fixed the permission issue from last time, all you need to do is just click update now. And you see it's updated. So now it's 5.3.6. Okay. So last time we installed the classic editor plugin, and these two plugins, the Hello Dolly and the Kismet, these are installed by default for every new install of WordPress. So we can delete them and deactivate them. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it right now because although we did a quick overview of Hello Dolly, we'll probably create our own plugin, and Hello Dolly is a good way to show the basic things you need for a plugin. And in the last column here, you see this plugin description and automatic updates. In automatic updates, you see you can enable auto updates. So by default, WordPress doesn't have a cron job like the way it works on Linux. However, they have something, it's called WP cron, WP hyphen cron, CRON, which does something similar. So the way it works is, if somebody visits the site, so if your site is popular, or people visit at least once a day or so, or even once a week is fine, then this auto updates will work. The problem with the WP cron is that it needs somebody to actually visit the site. It could be a visitor, or it could be you logging in order for these auto updates to work. However, there's a trick you can do if you have a Linux or similar type of operating systems. You can actually have something, maybe it runs every midnight, just use a proper cron job, and that will work automatically at that time. There are also plugins which are able to, you can set a time. The problem again is because somebody has to visit the site, so that's why it's better to have a proper cron job. Or if you visit your site at least once a day or whatever, then they'll work. Okay, so up here you see it says add new plugin, or you can click here in the side add new plugin. So I'll click the one here, and here you see there's featured, there's popular, there's recommended, and then there's favorites. So let's go to featured. So in featured, there's classic editor. This one, as you can see, active is grayed out because it's already installed and activated. There's Akismet anti-spam. That one is installed, but it's not activated. I want to explain why I haven't activated this. It's because the way this works is, if it's just a blog, you don't have any commercial, it's not an e-commerce where you're selling things or things like that, then you can use Akismet. You just need to sign up at the Automatics website. Those are it's a company that runs WordPress. You have to sign up there. It's free for the free, as I said, if you're not doing any commercial for commercial purposes. And then this does a pretty good job. What happens is all comments will end up, spam comments end up in the spam area, and the ones which are fine, they'll be in pending. So then it's just up to you to just enable those comments. So obviously, if you have commercial purposes like an e-commerce site, you need to pay a fee. I think it's a monthly fee. However, this is why I haven't installed, because for this tutorial, obviously I'm running locally. I'm not going to have an e-commerce site, so I don't really need it because nobody's going to visit the local site except for me. And then there's another one here, Jetpack, which was also by Automatic. These are the main contributors to WordPress. They own WordPress. So Jetpack comes with a bunch of utilities. For example, there's some security, there's a backup, there's speed, the image optimizer, and more. And if you have e-commerce, like WooCommerce, they also have a version for that. I do not see they do a malware scan. I do not have this installed as well. It's because I already optimized my images. For example, all my images going forward now are all WebP or AVI F images. There's one here called Classic Widgets. So what will happen here is if this is installed, actually I'll install it and then I'll activate it as well. And you see the classic widgets. So classic widgets under appearance, you go to themes, and if we go to the customize, let's see. I'm guessing this theme doesn't have it, but I'll show you what they look like in I'll try to find another theme, not 2025, which will have them. So let's go back to themes there. So we go to add plugin. So there's this one, health check and troubleshooting. I don't know what this one is. It looks like Gutenberg. Add customized site building features. I'm surprised this is here because I thought it's built into WordPress. That's a weird one. Then you have Performance Lab, BB Press. This is for forum if you want your WordPress to be a forum. There's Body Press. Then there's Rollback, Auto Update. Oh, this is actually a good plugin. I guess if an update fails or messes up your website, you can roll back. This is actually a pretty good one to have. But normally what I recommend for all my clients is to always have a test site so that you can test the updates there, and if they work fine, nothing's broken, then you can go and perform them on the live site. Never do testing on a live site. That's my mantra. Okay, so that's under featured. So if we go to popular, there's Elementor. I have never actually personally installed this or used it for site building, but I do have 2 customers who absolutely love this. It's a website builder, meaning that you can create page templates using Elementor. Contact Form 7, I'll install this one and activate it. So this one is for creating forms. If you go to settings, you see by default it has one form called Contact Form 1. And I'll explain, this is the shortcode, so I'll explain both of these later. So first, let's actually go to edit it. So when you edit it, you can add things. So for example, you can add a label, and then you can add, in this case, text. This is an input box. And then you see another label, and then you have an email. So this is an email input box. You have a label and you have text. This is the subject. And then you have a label, your message, the text area. And then you have the submit button. And then under mail here, you see it's going to, by default, when somebody submits a form, it's going to send a copy to the site admin. If you remember, this is the email address set up when we created the website, during the install. And then the from, by default, to prevent spam, it uses the domain name of the site. So it's up here, it's ojumboshow.local, so that's what it's going to use. You can change this, of course. It's always better to use the same domain as the site. In the subject, it's going to take the subject is going to be the site title, obviously, and then the subject of the email. You can hard code this because sometimes if it's spammy, you probably don't want that in your subject, or it doesn't really matter. Subject is usually just text anyways, or alphanumeric, so that should be fine. Then if you want to add additional headers, you put them here. For example, the reply to should be the email address of the person sending it. And then the message body, this is actually what will be sent in the email. You see the from, the name, email, and subject, and the body. If you want to add more things in here, you can, or modify this. And then you see here it says use HTML content type. This is up to you, but since this is a very simple form, text is fine. But if you wanted HTML, you can click here for HTML. And here, if you want additional templates, you can click this and use different templates. But this is exactly the same as before, so I don't need that. Next, we have the messages. So these are the type of messages or alerts. So for example, when somebody hits submit, you say, thank you, your message has been sent, and you can change all this, some of the error messages and notifications down here. There's additional settings if you want to put some customized things in here. For example, one of the additional settings could be you might want to maybe add some extra stuff. I'll give you an example. So this contact form 7, a plugin was installed for this for a signature. So with maybe some instructions and things like that after the message has been done, or you can also code it as well. So if you need a programmer for that, I can help you with that. I'll create even plugins for a plugin. Okay, and then under integration, there's this Brevo. It's a CRM for email marketing. There's Akismet. Remember I told you about Akismet. That's the anti-spam. And then there's Recapture, the Google Recapture. So you sign up. The latest version, use version 3 and up. And then there's Stripe. I guess if you want to accept payments. This is actually a pretty good one. I might actually do this one. So this is, I guess, for example, maybe you want to set up your own very simple product, or maybe donations or something else. Memberships, you can simply interact with that. And constant contact, that's another. You can connect to the API, and it's for subscriptions, so like a newsletter. And there's others as well. For example, MailChimp. I've actually integrated MailChimp with Contact Form 7. So if you need help with that, just let me know. If you or another one, I can also help you with that to do. And then there are already plugins for a Contact Form 7. So I'll install actually one of those plugins. One of those plugins is every time a contact form is submitted, it saves it in the database. So this way, maybe the email got lost, you'll be able to see how many submissions have been. So let's go back to plugins and click add new. So I'm going to search for Contact Form 7. It's a database for Contact Form 7. So let's see here. I see there's this one here. It's called CFDB7. I used to use this one and I stopped because it they stopped, the original author stopped updating it, so I stopped using this, but this one is still up. So this is a pretty good one, or at least it used to be. And let's see, there's a lot of plugins here you can use, or if you need this one called Advanced Contact 7 DB. There's one that's actually created by the author of Contact Form 7. So let me go to Contact Form 7. This guy, Takayuki Miyoshi. So if you go here, if you want more details about one, you just click here, more details, and it explains it explains what describes the Contact Form 7, how to install it. So this is what I was telling you. All plugins are the same. You simply you just put it in the plugins folder in WP content plugins, and then you activate it. And frequently asked questions are here. So I am more interested in other plugins by this author. So let me actually click his name here. Hopefully it will. He created a plugin for the database. I forget the name of it. His site is not coming up. So, oh yeah, he came up here. So plugins. Okay, so let me click on plugins here. Contact Forms. Oh, Flamingo. That's called. It's called Flamingo. So Flamingo is it will save all submissions in the database. Flamingo. I forgot the name for that one. So if we just search for Flamingo, yeah, here we go, Flamingo. You see, Takayuki Miyoshi. So we can install this one and activate it. So I'm going to show you how this plugin works. So if we go to, I'll create a page. I'll call it the contact page. Contact page. And I'll just type something. I'll say use the contact form below to submit your queries. Okay, so if you remember the little shortcode, so you can add the shortcode here. Yeah, so we can add the shortcode. I don't see an automatic way to add the shortcode, so let me save this first. And okay, so default template, I'll just use the default template. So I'll save this. Now if we go back to, you see Flamingo is here now. If we click on Flamingo, it has the example, and I guess I haven't submitted anything yet, but I will. So let me go to, and that's the address book. So inbound messages, see there's nothing right now. So if we go to contact form, see this is the shortcode. So what you do is you take this shortcode, you copy it, and we go back to pages, go to the contact page, and paste it here. Now I'll show you what it looks like before I hit update. So if I go here, you see it's just a page. It says you use the contact form below to submit your query. There's nothing there. Now if I go back here and I update, so I'll explain this. This is a shortcode. Shortcode has it's enclosed inside square brackets, and then there's for contact form 7 the name of the shortcode, which is contact form 7, the ID, this is the specific contact form, and then the title. So now if we go back here and refresh the page, you see it put in the information, the form. So this is a shortcode. A shortcode is a code snippet that will put a piece of code. Normally it's usually HTML or styled HTML. So it's a way where you can inject code onto a page. So sometimes you might have PHP or iframes, which you want to render properly if you just put it right into where you're editing, because this part here, the edit page, this is usually meant just for content stuff, like maybe pictures and text. So sometimes you might want to put some code in there. Maybe the code is conditional. So you can't really, yes, there are some plugins like some PHP plugins, but that's usually not a good way, because that could also be an attack vector. But if you put a shortcode, you see the shortcode is simply like this. And then this is what it will look like. So for example, let's submit one. So I'll say my name is, I'll say Edward. My email address is edward@ojamboshow.local. And the subject will be sample. No, I'll say first message. Okay, I'll now say this is the feedback for the standard form 7 submission. Okay, so I hit submit. So you see here it says thank you for your message. Remember, in the messages area, it has been sent. So then what we do is we go back here, and if we go to Flamingo, you see Flamingo, Edward@ojamboshow.local. You see Edward and the form that was actually submitted. And so if you actually click, you can click, so this is address book, sorry, my bad. We go to inbound message, you see first message, and here it is. So we just click the first message, and this is what happened. See your name, your email, your subject. These are the fields, and these are the fields you'd, if you wanted to create a custom email, these are the fields you'd put. And this is meta stuff, so I'm not too interested in that. The only things I'm interested in this is just here. So if you're creating a plugin, you could use all these other ones. This come automatically with the default contact form 7, so you can use this. For example, maybe you want to know the time, the post ID, and all this type of stuff. You could use this to create a custom or a customized email. So that's basically what the email address will basically be. As if we go back to contact here, go edit, and you see the ID is 20 because it's basically just a post, and this is it. And the mail, so the mail body should have from the email, your name, your email, subject, body, and it will say this is a notification that the contact form was submitted. So if you actually want to see what the email looks like, just give me a second, I'll put it up. And let's go to, you can't see this yet because it's local, but I'll pull up the mail. I think I still have it. I think it's called mail. Oh, send mail. Okay, I think that's what I called it. Okay, so this is what the email looks like. I'm using Thunderbird here. You see, very similar to here. You see it says blog@ojamboshow.log. That's this one because it's blog 1. The site title is blog 1, so that's why you see blog 1 here. Seeing this blog 1@ojamboshow.local, that's here. And the subject, you see, it's blog 1 first message. Remember what the subject was? So blog 1, and then subject message. You see the double quotes there, just like here. And the reply to with the email. So the email address I put in there, which is edward@ojamboshow.local. And then the from in the message body, your name and your email. So it's Edward and ojamboshow.local. And the subject, first message again. You see there's no double quotes here. And then the message body, you see message body, then whatever the message body was there. And then below that it says this is notification, blah, blah, blah. And it says site title and site URL. So the site title is this, blog 1, and this is the URL. Now if I hit reply here, you see the reply is going to be from and the 2, and so forth. Okay, close that and close this. Okay, so that's contact form 7. It's also an easy way to create. You saw how quickly I was able to literally just install the plugin. There's already a built-in form, and also I installed Flamingo, which is a database for contact form 7. How long did that take? Very quickly. And then I was able to take that shortcode and add it to a page, a contact page, and boom, just like that, I have a contact form. And you can change this, you can add things to it or remove it, it's all up to you. So let me show you quickly how to so if I go to form here, if you want to add something, so for example here I can add a label. Just click one of this. Where's label here? Okay. Oh no, sorry, label is HTML, so you don't need label. So for example, if I want to add a telephone number, you can make it a required field. So let's make it a required field. I'll leave the default tel, and then I don't need a class. I don't need a minimum length or whatever. I could, well, let's say it needs to be 5, and the maximum is 10. And the default value, if you want to put one in there, this will be a placeholder. So I'll just say your phone number. So that's going to be the placeholder. So insert that in there, and I hit save. If I go back to contact form here, you see down here it says your phone number. So that's how you can add. Now, if I submit this, you see it says please fill out this field, because this one is mandatory, and this one is mandatory, this is mandatory, and this are mandatory. So the message here, this message, your message, that's the only one you see, it's optional, but this one is mandatory. So that's how easy it is to use the contact form 7. Okay, so let's go back to plugins. So I've explained Flamingo, and I've also explained the contact form 7. So we go to add plugin. If you remember how we were adding this, now we were in the popular. So you have Yoast, SEO. So if you need help with SEO, you can install Yoast. There's 2 versions. One is a pro version and one is the free version. Free version is very good to get you started. You can even integrate it with Google Analytics. The classic editor, that's already installed. WooCommerce, if you notice something here, it says automatic. That's the company again that owns WordPress. So I'm not going to install this now because and this is for WooCommerce. That could probably be in a future tutorial. There's a Kismet. There's Lightspeed, the cache. If you remember, one of the things the site out or in the site health, it recommended to install a cache. So you can install this one, Lightspeed cache. The others, the other type of forms, you want to use contact form 7. There's this one, WP forms. There's a backup, all-in-one WP migration and backup. I don't want to badmouth backup plugins, but I personally would just do it manually, and that's what I do. I basically just I can back up a database and back up a site and do that, so that way it's a one-to-one. However, this is probably improved because I do see this being used a lot, but I personally have never used it. I just do everything myself. WordFence is another one. If your site is being hacked or people are trying to hack it, WordFence is another one. Unfortunately, with WordFence, it does use a lot of resources, and it slows down the database. But it is good. It does prevent sites from being overwhelmed. It has a malware scanner, and you can have 2-factor authentication. That's pretty good. The SiteKit by Google. If you do want to install this, so this comes with analytics, search console, AdSense, and speed and more. Real simple security. I don't think I've ever actually seen this one before. Jetpack we talked about. Yoast duplicate post. So this one allows you to simply I've actually seen this in the wild. If you have a post, you want to duplicate it and maybe just change a few things. For example, if you're doing like part 1 and part 2, that would really be helpful. There's this one, WP Mail SMTP. I haven't used this plugin myself for a very, very, very long time, but I do recommend it to some of my clients who, for example, if you're on a shared server and you want to have specific emails so it doesn't end up in the spam, this is one you can use. There's another one here, another backup migration plugin. Again, I don't want to badmouth this type of plugins. I usually, if you need help, I can help you do backups and migrations. I do it manually right from a command line. Duplicate page. I don't think I've ever used this one before, but similar to this one, you can simply duplicate a page or post just for easier posts management. All-in-one SEO. I think I'm actually using this one in one of my sites. Rank Month SEO, WordPress importer. This one I do use and I've used before. It's not bad. I've used this one as well. The monitor insights, Google Analytics, redirection. I usually do this manually, but in the past, I think I've seen this in the wild as well. So for example, if you do migration and you have other domains, you might want to switch from the old domain to the new domain, you can use redirection. Another good reason for this is in the past, when people had just plain HTML pages or even sometimes PHP pages, or before they had pretty URLs, so you might not want to leave. You might still want to redirect those old popular URLs to a new one. So that's what redirection is for. Or maybe you created a post a while back and you maybe accidentally deleted it, but that URL was popular, so you still want to redirect. If somebody is looking for that URL, you redirect them to a new one. That's actually a pretty good one to use. I don't have that problem because since I started using WordPress, I always kept the old post as is. This one, insert headers and footers, custom code snippets. This is the type of stuff I was telling you about. There are plugins there where you can add, if you see this one, you can add PHP code snippets and logic right into posts or pages, and in this case it's in the headers and footers. So again, you can use plugins, or you can we create our own plugins. I think next week on Friday, 8 p.m. we'll create our own plugins. And this is classic widgets which just installed. Hosting your tools. I don't know what this is for. Oh, limit login attempts. This is another good plugin. If you one of the hackers do is they'll try to log in several times, so you can probably install a plugin like this one, limit login attempts. Advanced editor tools. This is for different types of WYSIWYGs. That's what you see is what you get. MailChimp for WordPress. This is a plugin you can use, or I said if you need something a little bit more advanced, you can let me know. I can create a custom plugin for you for MailChimp. Elementor. Usually when you install Elementor, you probably want to install something like this. This adds extensions, or basically a plugin within a plugin. And there's another one similar to that one. Advanced custom fields is very popular. I do have some customers who love this one. It lets them add features instead of just running code. I just usually use code myself. I said I'll show you how to do that, how to create your own plugins next week. And hide login. This will hide the login page. This one to translate. There's another one I used to use. Um, yes, so you can, or you can use this one, local translate. I don't think I've actually seen this one being used, but you can use that one, the super cache, the cache, and Elementor as well. And where are we now? If we go up here, when popular, then there's recommended. I think we probably talked about or recommended. Yeah, so we talked about recommended, and then there's favorites. Okay, I haven't done any of that. Okay, so 40 minutes, and now let's see if we can install different themes. I don't know if you can install themes for me. Let's see if there's themes. Let's check for themes. Multiple, select different themes for one or more WordPress pages. Oh, that's probably a good one to have too. So this is a type of extensibility you can do with WordPress. So you can have different themes for different purposes. For example, different pages, as you can see here, posts, another non-admin pages. This plugin here, Theme My Login, with this one you're able to change brand. For example, you can change the color here. You see by default it's a dark color, so you can change this color, even the login page. I don't use this. I've had 2 customers use it and they're happy with it, but I just code my own. I do my own because I'm a programmer. There's a theme editor here. I don't know why you would need this, because there's already a built-in feature, so I'm guessing this must add things which you can't do. There's a block theme. Okay, so any mobile theme switcher. I believe this is a plugin I did use, and believe it or not, I think this is still in use. Let me actually see how old this plugin is. I want to go see the changelog. I believe I used this plugin. Yeah, I believe I used this plugin long time ago when I started programming for WordPress. So this is before I had to convince a customer that he should make a mobile version of his website. He actually used to have a Flash website, so I did convince him. And then to convert it to HTML5, and then after that I had to convince him to make a mobile version. And the funny thing is I actually used this plugin, and he contacted me about, I think, 2 years ago, because we needed to perform an update. So I was going to give him a quote for changing his site, because I thought this plugin would be outdated. And the funny thing is, it does actually have updates. So I just told him to update this plugin, and everything worked pretty well. I was really surprised. Okay, so these are plugins. Before we finish this tutorial, I want to show you how to install different themes. I believe where you just simply go to wordpress.org, and under extend you see you have themes, plugins, patterns, blocks, and openverse. So let's go to themes. So you can see there's 2025, 2024, Hello Elementor, Astra, 2023. So I'm looking for a different theme. I'll pick this one here. So see, it tells you here version is 12.1.2.16. Last updated on February 3rd, 2025. The active installs. Oh, this is a commercial theme. Is 3, but offers additional paid commercial updates or support. So I will just download this one and save. So basically, I'm just going to move it to the. Yeah, I'll show you my screen. I'll just copy it from the. Open up the downloads folder, then I'll go to the, where is this thing installed? It's, I think it's the temp. And I'm looking for the folder, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Oh, Jumbo Show, here we go. Okay, so if you see here, I have hopefully you can see this. What I do have is you go to the downloads folder, you grab the theme, copy it, and it's blog 1, WP content, themes, and paste it in here, and then you just extract it, extract. So we don't need this anymore, and we don't need this anymore. So you just place it inside the themes folder, in WP content / themes folder. So that's where it is there. Then you simply go to appearance, themes, and you see we have this theme here. So I'm going to activate this theme, and you see this theme has AI starter templates. I don't care too much about that. See, this one has widgets. So if we go to widgets, you see these are the widgets. So you have different sidebars. By default, it has widgets already in the sidebar 1 here. You see there's a search, and there's some type of block for the latest posts, and then there's another one for comments. Okay, and then you see you have sidebar 1, sidebar 2, and so forth and so forth. And this one also has menus. So right now, I guess everything is automatic. See, this is the menus. You can create your first menu and add them to different positions. So as you can see, this is different from the other one we're using. So if we go to the front page, this is what 2025 looked like. You see, this theme is 2025. Now this theme I've just installed. So if I refresh, this is what this theme looks like. Content is the same, but it's very different. And you can customize it. So you simply click here, customize. I don't want to customize it from there. I'll go here and I'll click the theme, click customize. So you see these widgets, menus. So this one has, okay, so there's no menus. So we can, let's create our first menu. See, there's this theme comes with you can have 4 menus. You can have a primary menu, secondary menu, mobile menu, and a footer menu. So we're going to create a new menu here for the primary, and I'll just call it primary just because I'm lazy. Primary. And then we can add items. So for example, these are the pages, so we can add the there's no need to add the welcome page. That's kind of redundant. We can add the sample page. Just click the plus there, then the privacy page and the contact. So there's only 3 pages. So then you click publish, and you can see here it's the sample page, privacy page, and contact page. And then the footer, there's nothing in the footer. So let's create one for the footer. So we're going to create another menu, and I'll call it footer. Here, footer. Click next. Let's add items to the footer as well. In the footer, we'll add. You can add other things too, but you can add different posts. But I'm not going to do that. So here, I'll add the welcome page and the privacy page and the contact page. I hit publish. I'm not seeing the footer here. Do I have to add it manually? Automatically add new top labels to the menu? Nope. Okay. Menu locations. There's footer. Okay. Oh, and then the widgets. So if we go to widgets here, the theme has 8 widgets, but this particular page does not display them. So I'm guessing I have to go to a different page. So let's go to the sample page. Oh, so I think I have to pick a specific page template. So let me go and do that. I'll go to pages. I'll pick the welcome page. I'll edit this page. And you see that each theme is different. It has different options. So in this particular one, I want to set featured image. I don't need that. Transparent. So okay, I'm not familiar with this theme. Layout, narrow. Yeah, so you go layout. You can have default, narrow, full width. Let me choose full width and click update. I wonder what that looks like. Okay, so this is just a simple theme. So we'll come back to themes later. Let's go back to plugins. And we're going to plugin file editor. So I want to pick a simple theme. I'll pick the Hello Dolly. There's a reason for this. You see Hello Dolly? As I was saying before, all you need is the plugin name, plugin URL, description, author, version, and the author URL. Then you have a function here. So that's the stuff in there. And then there's another one called Hello Dolly. The add action, Hello Dolly. Then the CSS. This is for styling. And then admin head, it puts it in there. So that's all this plugin does. It doesn't really do anything except display Hello Dolly. I believe this was a song by an author. Yeah, I was right. Oh, it's a quote from Hello Dolly song by Jerry Herman. Okay, so we'll go to cadence here. Oh, customize site. Okay, so this plugin, this theme is very, it has a lot of things which obviously I'm not too familiar with. So there we go. I think we should end here. So again, thanks for joining me today. Be sure to go to ojambo.com and you'll get the latest articles, and also I'll put up the next show for YouTube. You can simply go there and you have instructions on how to join. For example, you can click here to join the live stream live on YouTube, or you can scroll down, you click play, and as you can see, this is live. And after the live show, you'll be able to watch the everything later. Just click on that URL. Okay, and also if you do enjoy this type of content, please consider supporting me. You can go to ojamboshop.com for online programming courses or publications. On Amazon, I do have programming books, or you can also donate. So for example, on the references here, I do have the Learning JavaScript course, Learning Python course, Learning PHP course. I have the Learning JavaScript paperback on Amazon, Learning JavaScript ebook on Amazon. I do have the Learning Python ebook on Amazon, Learning PHP ebook on Amazon. And I also have another site called ojamboservices.com. This is for custom websites, applications, and tutorials. That means that if you want a one-on-one online tutorial, or if you need help with creating custom applications or custom websites, Could be WordPress or Joomla or any CMS or even something from scratch. So that's the end. Thank you.